Hardcore Henry. And no, I am not talking about a porno or anything like that. If you're looking for a porno, go to another site. Now, what this film is about is pretty much it's about a guy who does not have any memory at all. He cannot speak at all. And at the very beginning, like after the credits and all of that, pretty much they show this woman who turns out, you even see it on the previews too, it turns out that it's actually his wife. And she's actually fixing up his arm, fixing up his leg, so he's actually half human, half robot. And she says about, you probably don't remember who I am, but you will eventually get your memory back. I'm actually your wife, Henry. She actually hands him, whenever he's eventually able to stand up, she actually hands him a wedding ring. Well, they actually go into another room with these two guys, and they're about to put his voice box in. Well, unfortunately, just before that happens, their lab gets breached by the villain. So the thing is, you got the villain that comes in, pretty much kills the two guys that were there. He actually fills up Henry's wife, and then all of a sudden he kind of goes and beats him up a little bit too. And that's pretty much the whole story, that the bad guy kidnaps his wife, he has to go get his wife there. It seems like a plain and simple premise. Well, yes, it really is. He actually meets a few other people, but it's really nothing but pretty much, killing all these henchmen, goes into a strip club, so you do see a little bit of tits and ass in this. And then the thing is that you continue, killing people, So it's one of those things where the whole thing, it's the point of view of this character. Now, I mentioned a couple of the people that he meets. Now, there's three I want to mention overall. First one I want to mention, I can't think of the actor's name right off the top of my head right now, but he was in District 9, he was in Elysium, he was in the A-Team, and he was in this film. I don't know if he's been in anything else that I'm not too sure about. If there's something else I haven't known in his filmography, give me your comment down there. I'm kind of curious what else he's been in, but I think Hardcore Henry is his fourth film, I feel like. He's the one, he plays a character named Jimmy. Now, I really don't want to give spoilers away, but you see him as a different character, all named Jimmy, in this film. The film does explain all that, where he's going from one to another. They eventually do explain that, and I have to say that he really actually, out of all the ones I mentioned, this is probably one of his best performances. I consider this, I wish I could say it's a summer movie popcorn experience, but it's one of those things you should probably already go in with a full stomach, because the thing is that it's twists and turns, and I'm glad this wasn't a 3D movie, or I have a feeling I would have been throwing up myself, just like a lot of other people. The second person I want to mention is Tim Roth, who I've always liked. It was good to see him. I have to be honest, you only see him like maybe in about 2 or 3 scenes, so you don't see him that much, but even his little screen presence really is good, because I've always liked him as an actor, at least for me. And then the third one, I don't know the other guy's name here, but it's our villain. Our villain has some interesting powers. He's not just some normal human, but I wish they would have explained what kind of powers this guy had. Again, I don't want to kind of give what kind of powers it is, because I'm going to be getting into spoiler territory on that one, and I'm not going to do that. But the thing was, I have no idea what it was. They never explained it. They never even explained really the whole thing, except the thing is, I want to go kill Henry. I really liked the way the film ended. Now, I'm not going to be giving it away or anything, but I will say I liked the way it went out with a bang. Seriously, it was really cool, and then they show the credits and all that. So is this a movie that I do recommend? I recommend it for people who actually play a lot of those first-person shooters, and they definitely would get that and feel like that they're that character in the video game and in this movie too. I do say yes on that. Then I do say no for a lot of people who, just regular people, because I hate to say this is more for the video game people, it seems like. Even though it's not a video game movie, I just feel like regular people really ain't going to care for it that much, or they'll be like, you know what, I didn't know what I was coming into, and they might leave the theater. I definitely got to say it's still a recommend film. Hardcore Henry, definitely going to give 2 thumbs up. Recommend it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.